I was looking at my YouTube and it said it's my year anniversary on YouTube. So we started budgeting in June and I went on YouTube in December. Well, I guess it's beginning of December or whenever. But I would like to go over our debt. A lot of times I don't focus on debt too much because the purpose really of us budgeting was to be more intentional with our money, to know where our money is going. So, but we do pay debt, but I don't always do the debt confession or do the debt page in the back of the budget page. So first I want to go over our debt. I found this I didn't find one from December. I don't know if I did it in December, but on February the 1st, 2025, our beginning balance was $35,072.67. That was the beginning balance. Our balance today is $27,013.81. We paid off in 10 months, we paid off $8,058.86. Now, if you look at this, we paid off an Uplift loan. We finished paying that off. We finished paying off Uplift 2. We paid off our Citibank card. Tremont, we took, I think it's $3,000 less, and Discover is only like $1,000 and something less. So it ended up that we paid $8,058. Now with our debt, we've been trying to pay off debt, but we've been going on trips and doing different things and whatnot while we've been paying off debt. So it hasn't been beans and rice, but we will continue to chip away at this debt. Right now we are getting ready to buy a house, so our money is kind of in the bank. The thing about my honey is a veteran, so yes, he will be getting a VA loan. The VA loan, you don't have to put as much down, but we do want to have savings and stuff because we do want to get a house that needs some work. Because my honey is handy, we don't have any kids, we can slowly work on the house, making sure that structurally it's good, but we will have to incur. That's why I have an appliance fund, and I have inspection and repair fund, because I know what house. We're not going to buy a new house, we're going to buy a house that is in need of some work but not a lot of work. Okay, so we've paid off $8,058.86. Now this is not really a debt confession. I'm just going to go over our year, what we've learned, things that we've done that worked well, things that maybe didn't work so well. So the lessons I learned was emergency fund is key. You've got to have an emergency fund. Got to have a spot where you can access money when things happen, because things do happen. And if you use your credit card to access money, then it's just a cycle that doesn't improve. So you got to have an emergency fund. I'm not saying how much you have to have in your emergency fund. I don't list my emergency, but we do have an emergency fund. We have not used debt like we've used like for our travel, but we pay it off at the end of each month. I have a 0% card that I'm using for medical because my honey has to get his teeth done, but we are not having any debt that has any interest on it. Okay, that if it's an interest on it, it's paid off that month. So emergency fund is key, because then if you cash stuff and you don't have an emergency fund, you're always pulling out your cash stuffing. So it defeats the purpose. So do your emergency fund first, whatever amount that is, whatever amount you feel comfortable with. Do not use your credit cards that have a balance. Do not use your credit cards that have, I know it's hard when you have to use your credit cards, you gotta use but try not to use your credit cards. And give each other, if you're a couple, Budgeting, give each other what you need to be successful. So for me, I don't spend a lot of money. So my allowance is $60 every 2 weeks. For my honey, it's $180 every 2 weeks because my honey goes to Maryland. He goes out to dinner. You know, he might go out with his cousins. He might get this. He might get that. So we settled around he needs about $180 every 2 weeks to be successful. When he was getting 60 like me, it wasn't working because he was still wanted to spend and he felt like he was budgeting and this and that. So $180 to him is a spot he needs, and $60 is what I need for my for me every 2 weeks. And we do have a extra. I have Chimes account, but I don't really like my Chimes account. I don't know why, but I have a SoFi account, and our money immediately goes into that. My 60 every 2 weeks, his 180 goes, and he does whatever he wants with it. And give every dollar a name, but have extra categories, especially when you're a couple budgeting. I might, if we make X, make $1,000, let's say, that $1,000 is distributed, but I have other categories that I'll have extra cheese, or I'll have oops, or whatever. But just in case, because I didn't realize that we needed a movie category, but my whatever money that I was cash stuff and went into my movies when we went to the movies. So now I have started a movie category. Also, budget according to your lifestyle. Some people don't travel. They might not go anywhere, but TV, looking at TV, going to the movies, or crafting might be your thing. So have a category for that. Because when things come up, especially on car and this and that, yes, the emergency fund is there for that, but it feels good if something like my honey's tire, when he was in Maryland, it needed, I think, $110. Instead of taking that emergency fund, we had the money already in car upkeep. So car upkeep took that, and we didn't have to use the emergency fund. So also, enjoy your life while you're budgeting. Now, some people want to grit and bear it for a year, 6 months. I'd rather spend 5 years enjoying it and take 5 years to do it. That's just me. I know the interest you pay and da-da-da-da-da, but we still go to the movies, we still go out, but we are very intentional. We watch what we're doing. I sit down, and when, for instance, we did our Christmas gift, we gave each other $100 for Christmas. I wanted a Kindle that was $79. We had $21 left. So I kicked it back into the budget. It just doesn't sit there. All of our money has a spot, has something that whenever I have extra grocery money, I have a plan for that. I have a category to put extra grocery money. So money just doesn't sit and it's just our individual accounts, we can do whatever. But if we decide that, okay, this is a category, this is important, it goes in there. So a little bit at a time. Sometimes, putting $10 in the category, $10 in the category. We put 35 in college fund for my granddaughter, and 35 every pay period has went up to about 1,300. Just $35 each pay period. And sometimes I might kick another 10 or something like that, depending on what. But whatever, a little bit at a time if you're consistent. And you can always add categories as you go. When we started, the only categories that we had was bill pay and debt. And I don't think I had any other categories. But as we went along, I added binders, I added categories, so that now we have quite a few. I'm trying to do a month ahead category, so we'll see. But anyway, so that's what I learned this, let's say, 10 months of budgeting. And I think that's all I have. So anyway, so if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going on another year, and I really appreciate everyone who listens and everyone who comments. And it's a slow process, and but I enjoy the process, because without you guys, we would have not saved $8,000 this for the last 10 months. So anyway, and I wanted to also say, I know I'm off subject. I know you noticed my nails. I know there's a lot of people talking about nails and spending money for nails. This is the best thing to get, the tips, and put them on and paint them. Now, in the summer, I can grow nails. When it gets winter, I use the tips. Around fall, I take them off and grow my nails. But right now, I'm not growing nails. I can't grow nails in the winter. So I am going to, I know you noticed, I've got to do these two. But anyway. Okay, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe.